Hello, my wonderful, beautiful Freda fam and new friends. Today's vlog is going to be a little bit different. Come along with me while I prep for my colonoscopy and give you some tips and tricks on how to cope with it all. This colonoscopy prep is a little bit different because I have to take 4 Dulcolax tablets to start it. So, bottoms up. Thankfully, they are tiny enough so I can swallow all of them at the same time. But they don't taste that great. You're not supposed to taste them, but you know, when they're in your mouth, it's a little bit unavoidable. So that is the first step for this specific colonoscopy prep that I'm doing. If you're a little bit forgetful, it can be helpful to set alarms on your phone. So at 4 o'clock, my alarm is going to go off and I'm going to start having to drink like a bunch of the laxative prep. I mixed it with body armor because it has naturally occurring electrolytes, which can be a lot better than doing it with Gatorade, which has chemically occurring electrolytes. So it's more natural, which feels a little bit better. I'll check back in with you then.
Meanwhile,
a critical part for any procedure prep is making sure to read the instructions. So, in case you're wondering what a colonoscopy is, if you're fortunate enough to not have to know or worry about it, let me share it with you. About this procedure, a flexible instrument will be passed through the rectum and into the colon. This lets us look at the lining of the colon. We take a small sample of the tissue for further study. This is called a biopsy. If there is a small growth, which are polyps, it may be removed. Photographs may be taken. So yes, my intestines are having a photo shoot tomorrow. Fancy! After your clear liquid diet and laxatives, your digestive tract should be clean and empty. You will receive medication to make you comfortable. You are not completely asleep. It is called conscious sedation. So when it comes to really important things to remember, it says in bold font, you must bring someone who will drive you home after your procedure. You will be here approximately 2 hours. You will not be able to drive the entire day of the procedure. When it comes to this kind of thing, it's really important to try to be able to do it on someone's day off that can take you and take care of you afterwards. Because in my experience, you will be incredibly groggy. Not to mention not having been able to eat for about 36 hours. It's really, really rough. But thankfully, Kyle was able to secure the day off tomorrow. So he will be able to take care of me. Please keep in mind, these are the instructions that my doctor gave me. These are not the instructions your doctor may give you. So read your own instructions and follow those. So day before the procedure, at 3 p.m., which that's what time it is now, take 4 Dulcolax tablets. At 4 p.m., mix the 238-gram bottle of Marilax and 64 ounce of Gatorade or lemonade or body armor. Shake the solution until the Marilax is dissolved. Drink 8-ounce glass of the Marilax mixture every 20 minutes until the solution is gone. Finish by 7 p.m. and continue to drink liquids during the evening until bedtime. The more you drink, the better the preparation will work and the better you will feel. So this is really crucial because Marilax and laxatives in that same vein really rely on you having water inside of your system to help it work. And when it comes to that, the more you're hydrated, the better the medicine will work.
2 hours later.
My alarm just went off. I now have to drink increments of this every 20 minutes after I give it a good shake. This is where I'm at right now on my colonoscopy prep. Ignore the label. This is not ice and natural spring water. It's a bunch of smaller bottles of body armor because they don't make the large ones. Before you start, make sure that you are stocked up on hand soap and wet wipe. So wish me luck. I will see you shortly.
2 hours later.
So here we are halfway there. Try to have timers on your phone so that you'll know when and how much to drink, so it'll help keep you on track, because this is not something you particularly want to be doing, but it's something you have to do. So because of that, it's important to stay on track so that you'll be appropriately cleaned out. Otherwise, you could suffer complications or be doing all of this work for nothing, because your appointment very well may get canceled if you didn't fully do the prep for it. So I wanted to make sure I was able to do a little bit of Q&A with you. I really appreciate all the questions you guys asked me. So the first question I'm going to be answering is, does it hurt? Thankfully for me, out of the 2 that I've gotten done so far, it hasn't hurt. It's just made, I've had like a lot of stomach cramping due to all of the movements that I've had to do, and then certain areas did get extremely raw just because of the fact of consistently going. So on average, they're normally about 2 hours. I traditionally end up having to get mine done with the colonoscopy and the endoscopy. So an endoscopy is where they do the same thing, take pictures of like your colon and your stomach and stuff, but they take a picture of like your upper intestines. And they do so by reaching a tube down your throat. Now, that's, one of the other parts that you're consciously sedated for. So they put your teeth on a little, like, I don't want to say like a brick, but kind of like on a little pillow. And that way they can, when you're sleeping, can like reach the tube down your throat while sleeping. But normally they are around 2 hours. Another question I got was, do they do both at the same time? And that's what I thought too. But no, they do not have, they typically do the endoscopy first and then they go in and do the colonoscopy. So really great question. Did you experience any side effects? And so far I haven't. Out of the 2 that I have previously gotten done, both of them, when I was done at the end, I did feel groggy, which isn't necessarily a side effect of the colonoscopy, more of the conscious sedation. And then this isn't necessarily a side effect, but like my entire stomach kind of felt like it had reset, if you will. So it was kind of nice, kind of rough, just very bittersweet over. And then the last question that I'll be addressing is there a recovery period? And the answer to that is yes. So they take you from where you're getting the colonoscopy done back into like your hospital room. Now, if you're getting it done at your doctor's office, like if he has his own place to do these, then he'll still likely wheel you back into a recovery room, and then you'll wake up shortly thereafter. So you kind of wake up twice, because your doctor comes in and talks to you and does all of that, but you likely won't remember it, which is why they traditionally give you a call afterwards. After that, you tend to like wake up and you're like, oh, I'm awake. And then you like leave and go home. So that's kind of like how the recovery period goes traditionally. I also want to let you know, if you are over 50 years old, please schedule a colonoscopy. And if you have a funky family history when it comes to GI, make sure your primary care is aware of that, so that if you need to go in and be seen sooner, you have that opportunity, because colonoscopies can truly be life-saving. Another one of my tips is to make sure that you wear loose-fitting clothing, because you're just going to be removing it once you get there anyways. And it really helps, just because that way you also have something comfortable to go home in. Those are my tips, and I truly hope they're helpful. And I have some good news to share with you, so make sure you stick around. Hey friends, thank you so much for watching my video. and learning about colonoscopies. It's kind of cool how the human body works and how medical science has advanced to help keep us healthy. So I'm very glad to share that I am in remission, and this means that as long as I keep getting my infusions and doing a couple other certain things, that I should be able to have way less flare days, which means I'll be healthier again, which means I can meet other goals that I've had for myself and for this channel. So if you want to hit the like button and the subscribe button, it would not only really help me out so much, but that way you'll also be subscribed to see the cool things that'll be going on my channel next. Thank you so much for being part of my journey this far. I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you, Freda fam. Love you all. Bye. See you next Monday.